Canada's Wonderland is Canada's premier theme park and definitely the most popular. Even with its relatively short operating season, the park manages to draw nearly 4 million visitors per year. In part 1 of this 2-part video series, I am joined by Lucan from Western New York Coasters as we teach you how to have the best possible experience when you visit Canada's Wonderland.
If you want to experience Canada's Wonderland in its full glory, then you have to visit sometime between April and October. The park's operating season is from April to December. However, most of the main attractions are closed during Winterfest, which takes place during November and December. When the park first opens in late April, it will start with just weekend operations. Crowds will be fairly average during this time. Some employees will be new, so the operations could potentially be slower. Around mid to late May, weekend operations will begin, so since kids in the area will still be in school, crowds will be relatively light during this time. There is a drawback during this time. The park will only be open till about 8 p.m. each night. Weekends will still continue to be busier. Once school gets out, the park will be crowded nearly every day of the summer. As I mentioned earlier, the park draws in huge attendance numbers, so it'll be hard pressed to find a day without lines. The best days to go would be Tuesday through Thursday, as is with most other parks. The weekends will be slammed no matter what, so try to avoid going on the weekends unless you plan to purchase a fast lane. Once the first or second weekend of September hits, the park will cease daily operations and revert back to weekends only. You could potentially get lucky with a less crowded day when the park is transitioning into Halloween Haunt. Haunt will bring the crowds back to the park, but if you go before the event starts on a Sunday, you may get lucky and avoid the lines. Fridays tend to not be as crowded if you would like to experience the haunt with minimal lines. The park will close for 3 to 4 weeks as they prepare for Winterfest, which once again will bring in large crowds. In 2019, this event was very popular and very few attractions were open, so unless you're a local, I would not recommend visiting during this time.
Canada's Wonderland keeps their tickets and passes fairly simple. They are very similar to most other Cedar Fair parks, as Canada's Wonderland offers decently priced tickets that'll give you a good bang for your buck. There are 3 different types of Seasons Passes that Canada's Wonderland offers. The basic Seasons Pass will run you about $76. You will get unlimited visits in the summer, admission to Camp Spooky, early entry to the water park and dry park, and discounted tickets to Haunt. A Gold Pass will get you everything a Seasons Pass offers, plus admission to Haunt and Winterfest. The cost of this pass is roughly $106, but if you buy it before the season, you can usually get it for $99. The highest tier of Seasons Pass is the Platinum Pass, which gets you everything the other 2 get, plus free parking as well as admission to every single other of the 12 Cedar Fair parks. Cedar Point is one of those main parks included. This cost would be $220 Canadian. It only really makes sense to buy these if you're planning on visiting some other Cedar Fair parks like Kings Island, Cedar Point. For any of these pass options above, you can add a dining plan or a drink plan. A dining pass will allow you to get 2 meals per day with your Seasons Pass. A drink pass will allow you to get a drink every 15 minutes. If you don't have the Seasons Pass, you can purchase a 1-day dining deal which will allow you to get meals once every 90 minutes. If you want to buy all your online photos, then I recommend purchasing the Fun Pics Pass, which you can either buy for a single day or add onto your Seasons Pass, which allow you to just scan your phone on the Wonderland app and get all your on-ride photos digital. As I mentioned earlier, Canada's Wonderland gets big crowds. A lot of people don't want to wait in the long lines, especially when they're only there for a limited amount of days. The park's Fast Pass system is called Fastlane, which will allow you to skip the line an unlimited amount of times. The 2 tiers of Fastlane are Fastlane and then Fastlane Plus. Fastlane will allow you to skip the lines on most rides like Vortex, Mindbuster, and just some mid-tier average rides. Fastlane Plus will allow you to skip the lines on the more popular attractions like Yukon Striker, Behemoth, and Leviathan, plus all the other ones you can do on Fastlane. It is more important to note that not all attractions are included on Fastlane. Check out the Canada's Wonderland website for more information. If you're watching in 2020, Fastlane will most likely not be for sale as the crowds will be lighter with the new capacity restrictions.
Canada's Wonderland is located in Vaughan, Ontario, which is located just minutes from downtown Toronto. This area is no stranger to tourism, so it's easily accessible, as long as you don't get stuck in Toronto traffic, that is. The Toronto International Airport is close by if you choose to fly to the park. In terms of hotels, there's just about any kind of hotel you can think of near the park. There's a few Hilton hotels, a Best Western, and a few Holiday Inns near the park. The park is also working with Marriott to build an on-site hotel for the near future.
Canada's Wonderland features 70 rides and 17 roller coasters. With very large crowds, this may be overwhelming to some, especially people who are trying to ride all the coasters and flat rides. If you want to get all the coaster credits and ride most of the major flat rides, I recommend spending more than one day because it would be challenging to do all this in one. Rides that tend to get the longest lines are Yukon Striker, Leviathan, and Behemoth, but a bunch other that you may not expect to get super long lines are Wonder Mountain's Guardian, The Fly, Vortex, Time Warps, and a bunch other that may suffer from low capacity, therefore giving them longer lines. The Bat, Sledgehammer, and Cyclone all get moderate rides. If you're interested in getting all the creds, it's important to know that Ghoster Coaster and Silver Streak get really long lines sometimes as well, and you don't want to be sitting waiting for a kiddie coaster. We have created a very efficient ride order that will get you on most of the major attractions. If that list is something you're interested in and you want to see some more tips and tricks on Canada's Wonderland, go check out the video, which will be linked right here. It's also linked in the description if you don't see the little pop-up. To go watch the rest of the video on Lucan's channel, WNYCoasters, go make sure to subscribe for lots of Canada's Wonderland and content generated around this area and just the roller coaster industry in general. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to me and to Lucan, and I'll see you guys over there. Bye.